Biological membranes. The cell membrane is composed of lipids, proteins, and carbohydrates. The plasma membrane is considered a fluid membrane because it composes of all these macros. And there are four main functions to this membrane. Number one, it controls what gets to go in. It serves as a physical barrier and also allows communication. The phospholipid bilayer is composed of both polar and nonpolar sides. The polar is hydrophilic and the nonpolar is hydrophobic. Both sides of the phospholipid bilayer are seated parallel to each other, where the hydrophobic tails face the internal region. Notice that these balloon-like heads surround the outer side, and these long tails form the inner surface of the phospholipid bilayer. The primary function of this layer is to ensure that the cytosol does not exit and interstitial fluid does not rush right in. Another type of lipid that you can see in this membrane is also cholesterol. Cholesterol seats randomly between the hydrophilic tails, serves to protect against extreme temperature changes. And another one you'll see is the structures called the glycolipids, glycoproteins. These glycolipids and glycoproteins are embedded on the membrane, and they have a carbohydrate group attached to it. They serve as signal compounds. Glycoproteins are also known as glycocalyces, which can also serve signal compounds. The hydrocarbon ring structure is important because it integrates with the fatty acid tails and allows the cell membrane to be very fluid. As you can see over here, temperature can change the membrane. Higher temperatures will cause the fluidity of the membrane to increase. Saturation means that the more saturated fatty acids, there are going to be less of fluidity, and the more unsaturated fatty, it actually increases the fluidity of the plasma membrane. And cholesterol plays an important role for regulating the ability for the cell membrane against temperature. And last but not least, with cholesterol, during regular temperature, more cholesterol causes the fluidity to decrease, whereas in cold temperatures, the cholesterol causes the fluidity to increase.